So, Mike, I'm at Lions Club last night. Two different guys come up to go, so where are we going? I thought they meant to the bar afterwards. I didn't know
That's what I would have thought, too.
Yeah, they meant,
strange.
What, and then the guy goes, the Orange Bowl? I'm like, oh, you're talking Penn State. So I want to say to you, where's Penn State going, and what's going on with them in the Orange Bowl? And if it is the Orange Bowl, I'm already going to answer this for you. Georgia Tech, that's a pretty compelling matchup, isn't it?
I think the most logical choice right now would be the Orange Bowl as an at-large BCS selection against the ACC champion, which the Orange Bowl is tied to, and that will be either Georgia Tech or Clemson. I think Georgia Tech would be a slight favorite in that game. And in the Georgia Tech Clemson game, I mean, right. and that would create an interesting matchup because Georgia Tech runs this. Georgia Tech is Paul Johnson, the former Navy coach. He runs this sort of triple option running game, which big time teams don't see very much of, and it's an interesting. I think it's a very interesting matchup between that offense and Penn State's defense.
And that sounds like a great matchup. It's real simple. It's not really fair because Iowa beat Penn State. Iowa should be the one that gets this bid, and
they may. I don't think that's as done a deal as people think it is. I think when you weigh Iowa and Penn State, it's closer than it's maybe been portrayed in the media.
Well, the media's been really building up Penn State. They were during the game. You were busy working it. I could hear it on TV.
Oh, I was working tirelessly.
They really were pushing this.
I was pushing.
I'm sure you were. Mm-hmm. But that's the easy scenario. It's easy for us to say that's going to happen December 6th when they pick this team. But you have a little bit of a wild card scenario here.
If you're rooting for chaos, and I know some people are just out of hatred for the BCS.
I am.
People are rooting for chaos. If you're rooting for chaos, root for Nebraska to beat Texas in the Big 12 championship game, which I'm not saying is particularly likely, but I think the Big 12 was a bad league this year, and Texas really hasn't played anybody, and Nebraska is not BCS eligible otherwise. They would have to win that game to get a BCS bowl, but if they win, then how far does Texas drop in the BCS standings? I think they drop at least a couple spots. So now you have to look at the SEC championship game, Florida-Alabama. If one team kills the other one in that game, if let's say Florida blows out Alabama, Alabama drops a couple spots, TCU? TCU now plays for the national championship. Or let's say this. Let's say Florida and Alabama is a 45-42 game in triple overtime. Probably the loser of that game does not drop down.
Keep them there.
So then you have a rematch between Florida and Alabama for the national championship. Also, if you slot Nebraska into the Fiesta Bowl, then that changes really the whole calculus about these other BCS games, the Fiesta and the Orange and the Sugar. So, again, if you want to see this get crazy, root for Nebraska.
And you have this on your blog. What's your blog?
Billy Paltz Revisited, LancasterOnline.com. It's explained in tremendous detail, and if you're a Chaos fan, I would suggest you check that out.